could, like, we'll see what it's like, but could take those front 2 legs off. That one, and then just a little touch. Fingers crossed. Will it pull it? That's all 10 legs on. What we can do quite easily is drop to 6 legs. Bit of movement along this frame here between each leg. Just be a bit of a faff to move it all. So hopefully let's just crack on with this many legs. And it does a good job. Quite a lot of legs in the ground there though. These are the longer leg styles, but we've got them pinned right to the top. You get shorter legs, but then you would just be pinning them down. There's a lot of leg in there. Oh, and we're off. There's a big stone, that's probably chipped one of my points already. Oh yeah, we're in business now. That's doing a hell of a job. Tractor is working, you can see it slipping a little bit, so I don't know. Oh, you dancer. What a job that's doing. Kev's away over the stubble there and it's keeping going. Oh ho ho! That's potentially fantastic, phenomenal news. Conditions are great, mind.
That was the same speed.
8.5k.
Well, it was 9. It was up to 9.
9k. Was it working? You could see it.
Yeah,
It was pulling hard anyway.
Pretty hard in the end.
Yeah, aye.
The track that came along probably the hardest bit.
That's the hardest bit. See what it's like, just keep going a wee bit on the stubble.
Yeah, shit, fuel usage.
There you go. Fuel usage for all the stats folk. And we're on stubble right now. Whoa, the slip's creeping up there, but stubble's maybe at 15-16% slip. And then on the work ground it's about 10, 11, 12, somewhere about there. The legs are not at huge depth. We want to get them down a little bit, but better than I was expecting. Better than you were expecting.
Yeah, a lot better.
Kev and I are both pleasantly surprised. Took it up to the stubble here just to see what it's like on non-worked ground, but this is on unworked stubble ground. Drill straight into that. Sweet job. Sweet as a nut. JCB going over there. We're going sowing. Kev's just calibrating for these oats. We're going to chuck these discs on, we're just going to level up some ins and outs. This boy's needing security with him. Needs to carry a rifle on his back or something. We're away to sow some oats. We've just been getting set up this morning. There's one of the discs there on the SL400 bearing had given way. It was the one that when I went and saw it was, you could tell it was gonna go at some point, and it went after 30 acres. We've got an issue with this machine. The stop button, that one is defective, nae working, and the LED in that pedal switch is also nae working. So I need to get in about that at some point. Kev's yoked up with the drill, he's calibrated for the oats that we're putting in. Burst water main, again. That borehole at the farm shop's starting to pay for itself, because right now, normally the shop would be dry water and disaster. No toilets, no coffees, no dishes getting done, and you basically just have to close. Whereas we're on borehole, it's fine. There's another day that pays part of the bill for all the borehole gubbins. Glad we put it in. Independence from the water grid. Could do with more solar or battery storage for solar we're producing. the drill's off. You beauty. Be good to see it in a field like this. Decent runs. Get across it pretty sharp. I'm just filling in the open fur from the plough. She's working coming up the hill there. We're back to just 2 legs behind each wheel, taking the rest of the legs off. We're just using this right now to level ground. Dad's giving me a lift to pick up the forklift to bring along here. This old forklift off to yard 4. We'll call it yard 5. Off to yard 5. Yard 4 is also kind of, we kind of lease it out for space here and there. There's a shed down the back there leased out, and then there's just a lease finished with FCH, which are doing work for the water board. That was about 60 weeks they had that, so they just finished up maybe a couple of months ago, 3 months ago. Either side of us right now, yard 4. Next field over there is yard 3, and then you're coming into, we'll call this that side of the road, yard 5 this way. An extension of yard 4 really. Just an extra shed along here, which, I don't know, we've had a couple of ideas, but there's one idea that doesn't fit in the shed, so we can't do that. Do we lease it out? What do we do with it? So right now it's quite handy, so we're using it at the moment, and if something comes up in terms of wanting to lease it, we'd lease it. Dad dropped off the seed the other day, so that's ready to go. Kevin Harvey changed the plough metal. There's a pile of scrap metal being picked up. If this was at yard 1, the ultimate workshop, that's what we'd do with it. And Kev's just right here next to the shed sowing. Happy days. It's sowing pretty well there actually. It's coming up nice. See the oats there? There you go. Happy days. That's going in at 160 kilos a hectare. Canyon. We were growing Merlin. We grew it for 3 years and just never got on with it. Couldn't get it to yield. We had first before that was the opposite. You couldn't grow a bad crop of it, and so we packed in the Merlin. And we're on with Canyon now. Drill looks well on the 724, press in the front, weight on the front, and we're off to the races. Kev's just going to batter on. We're not disking this ground ahead because it's pretty free going, doesn't need disc, just burning diesel for the sake of burning diesel. So Kev's just going to work away across this field, give me a call once he gets towards the end, and I'll disc the end rig where his ins and outs have been, where it's been getting pretty compact. Disc all of this. There'll be a few stones to pick up as well. Downside to this Limkin, the power harrow on it is pretty good at not burying stones, like in a bad way. We'd rather it just push the stones down, but it kind of keeps them to the surface and pings them about. Just picking up one of our vans that's been in for a wee while because it's got a new engine. Honestly, we've had such a bad run with vans recently. Fuel bowser. Need to get it going properly. Got a wee voltage controller for this because the panel charges at 20 volts on a 12 volt battery, so it kills it. So I asked about, and thank you very much to everyone who commented suggesting get a voltage controller similar to one like this. So I've ordered one. Sparky was up doing some other bits, so I got him to wire that, and something's not right. The load was wired through this, but I'm going to put the load direct to the pump and just use this purely as a controller for the charging of the battery, rather than drawing the amperage through here to the pump when we're running. I'm going to see if that's going to make a difference. The solar panel is now putting out 14 volts because it's got the controller there. When it doesn't have the controller, it's putting out 20 volts, which is killing the battery. Right now it needs some new crocodile clips on here. Did you say the pump was wired the wrong way around?
No, it was just, I'll wire it back how it was.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's the thing, I was just checking that.
Right, can you disconnect?
Alright, cheers.
Right, okay, thanks.
Blue was positive, brown was negative. Gav would do it the other way around, and so would I. I'd put brown to positive and blue to negative. Okay. We have a running pump, which is better than it was. That should be it now. It looks all a bit of a mess actually. Could tidy these up and wire these two wires, because I've got two crocodile clips on the positive, two on the negative. I could wire them all into one, or even hardwire them where a proper clamp would be better, but it's not happening right now. Done, we are up and running now. Michael at GCS wasn't really sure what was going on with the panel thing, so anyway, we've got that controller in there now, so should be sorted. Fingers crossed. WD-40, mediocre at a lot of things, very good at nothing. Anyway, can you hear that? Right, there we go, that's that door fixed. The door in the farm shop has been squawking for ages, it's been really annoying me. Done. Yeah, 2-bound, pick up Harvey. Looking a little bit squat on the back end there, but no problem for this yoke. Fencing gear has arrived. Look at this. Copper oil treated posts, wires there, and then Fetra intermediates. A fair pallet full in there. More on that later, but shout out to Stoag for wanting to get this up here on farm, get some Fetra gear on show, and you'll see that coming once the fencers get here. Lewis Knox at Knoxfield's coming to do all that. I think he's hoping to get here, move his kit tomorrow evening, get going the day after that, so it'll just be in the next video, or might be part of this, but coming soon. Right, get Harvey set up on this to do the end rigging here now. Kev's ready for it. All things are a go. Harvey's on there, he's just taking his time, just going slow, just so he doesn't hit those poles specifically. Here comes Kev. Bigger machine to get hit by. He's rattled across this, just got this little corner to do, an awkward wee corner. Lots of wee back and forwards, a pole, another set of poles. This is all set up now, 4 metres, lovely to see in a field, working well. Kev's just helping Harvey set up the sequencing for this machine, because I couldn't get it to bloody play ball, but actually I've not been in that machine for very long. Gate lady's coming to pick me up because I need to get away. Oh, here's gate lady. She'll not be happy I'm in my boots.
There's a bag there for your feet.
A bag for my feet?
Yes.
They're not muddy?
No.
Honestly,
no,
honestly.
No,
honestly,
get out of my
honestly.
car. No. I'll whack you with it.
They're fine, they're fine. They're in. Shh, I'll keep them dead still.
No, you won't. You do like a little shuffle when you come into this car.
I don't. Do you like the?
There's about 300 vehicles.
Do you like the 4 metre drill and
Yeah, I do.
4 metre? Look at that. Oh, we're in business now. Does that not get you excited?
Spin.
Do you not like seeing big kit in big fields?
But I also don't like being late.
I told Mum we'd be late.
Oh, you told?
Because we're moving machinery about.
Oh, right.
And the farm takes priority over everything.
Not
Apart
me being
from
big
my wife and Hamish.
He doesn't look impressed.
He's not happy.
Look. No, not that comment.
Hey, buddy? Could do with getting 4 bags on here, 2 ton. Kev's just finished that field this morning, just a wee 2 poles in it. 8 hectares. 8 hectares? No, 8 acres. And then there's 37 hectares between these 2 fields here, so Harvey's just ripping out the open fir in that field, and then I'll just get him to do this one while he's at it. I'm needing a bit of wood. Oh, you bandit. The latch on this door is broken again. Need to fix that, but in the meantime, just to hold this closed work. Genius. Just deciding whether to sew this lengthways or up and down. Dad had just told Kev to do it up and down, and I've just overruled. Who's made the right decision? Drysdale's trailer. Get this off. Dad and I weighed a batch of cattle this morning. One. And one of the Crockley ones, number 275, it's just hit over 12 months now, so we're going to shift it because it's just slowing down. Only did 0.65 kilos a day, and it's not going to do any better than that moving forward, so it's as well getting shifted on. It's 500 kilos. It would have been I think my best beast had it not had that issue. The criteria for cattle getting in when they've got issues like that, lameness, they need to be weight bearing on all 4 legs. Fencing boys are here. Nice Stewart trailer. Whoa, whoa. Oh, I thought I was going to have to take a second shunt there. It's a little bit frisky, this thing. Off he goes. Unfortunate, because lovely shapy animal, nice length, would have been a cracker if it made it full weight, but they don't all go perfectly, unfortunately. Dad's going to run him into ABP. This yoke, we have an issue in the cab. Joystick and all the gubbins is stripped off of there. 3 connectors once you're under all the under tray and whatnot, so we can get at the 2 buttons which are not working. I'm going to take them to the workshop because I need more tools than I've got here. I need smaller version of wee torques. I've not got small enough in this little pack. We'll leave all this here. It's getting a bit scary now. We'll keep going. Oh, there's springs and everything. So I must plunge in and connect with the circuit board, yeah. But how is it? That's interesting. This is an interesting wee setup. So on these fence, you've got these buttons. All they really are is indicators. So there's a little spring that seats in each button and it contacts a little steel plate within the button. So you press it, that spring's rebounding it, and there's LEDs in the bottom of this PCR, and they light up telling you whether that bottom light's on, the top light, or the middle light, or all of them. I was thinking these individual buttons had electronics on them and they could be replaced, but they're basically just a lump of plastic which is letting you press buttons on this circuit board or make contact points so it knows what's going on. So long story short, there's nothing we can do other than likelihood it needs a new PCB. Bought another grease gun. So now I have 2 electric grease guns because they are absolutely amazing. So I've got one for this yard because there's cattle here and stuff, there's more and more machinery here that's getting used regular. It used to just be a forklift that sat here and through the winter would basically hardly ever get used apart from taking the bin down every week and the odd little bit here and there. Whereas now there's machinery working all the time. Every day there's a forklift doing at least an hour's work. This can just sit in that hut and get used regular. Harvey, I'm just getting him to shift all this rubble into this banking at the moment. Run this shallow out to the ploughing basically. I'm going to fence along that line as well. Topsoil the whole banking, lay it in grass seed, and that'll tidy all this up because it's been a mess all winter and it's been getting on my nerves. Bit of gravel there just to finish off the wee drain down here, and then I can tidy up and get all finished down there and bring the digger up to carry on with this banking. Keep coming. Right. This is a track here, and over time bringing dung back and forward we'd kind of sunken it down, and also it's a low bit in this grass area that was always a wet patch, and the road was almost higher than this and the water couldn't get away, so I just put a tiny wee length of pipe in there. And actually when I was in about there I came across there's a big drain somewhere in here that actually might go under this road, so I could have just tied into that, but this was all in by the time I figured that out. Just need to backfill this, a couple loads of rubble just to build this road up a wee bit, and then we'll need something to cap it, but we can deal with that after. We'll just go and level all this. The joystick and button modules come as one unit. You can't just fix a button, which annoys me. another bit of a job not finished. But it's Hamish's bath time, so best not miss that. Or we'll be getting in trouble. 1 minute's time, and I need to get back to the house, and I need to walk because I've got no vehicle. Lewis Knox and some of his guys were out today just starting the fence in here, getting all the strainers in. If you remember, we put a fence up with Stoag. Is that a year ago now? Maybe not quite. That was all copper oil treated posts. So they start off green like this, and then they weather it into a brownie type. And the copper oil is a replacement for creosote, which is on the way out because it's quite a nasty in terms of touching the body and probably for the environment. So no doubt anything to do with the environment gets booted out. So that's where copper oil comes in. And then where does these metal posts come in? These are Fetra. There you go, Fetra. Steel posts. They've got a fancy coating on them, which Riley's coming up on Thursday, so he can explain it all to you. But effectively, these get whacked in as your intermediates between the strainers. You do get Fetra strainers as well. I just went for timber strainers because I think the timber alongside the metal will look real nice. So we have Fetra intermediates. They get rattled down into the ground. We've got a few stony bits up there. We'll see how the guys get on whapping them through stones. And then there's these clips that your net just clips directly into. We'll see more of that soon. Milk. Here comes the milk, pal. Oh, oh. Good. Got it. We've got 2 for our butchery in there. Lighter coloured Angus is 665 kilos, and this one is 622 kilos. This one here, 1st of March born. Let's just mark that as now dead. That's it, every time we've weighed it, so it's always sat around, made in about there. It's all 1.9s, 1.7, 1.3, so. That one did 3.47 kilos per day from birth, assuming 40 kilos birth weight. Next animal was 235, there you go. Similar age, but a good 40 kilos heavier. Bruiser's just in, we're going to do 27 tonne this time just because we're rattling through the feed right now. Usually do 18 or 20. Dad's going to get through all of that. We're using 1.5 cube of molasses, which thankfully there's just that on board because normally we just do 18 tonne, which is 1 cube of molasses. Coo and calf, don't know if you can see that calf. That was born early this morning. It's still not got itself, well, it might have now actually. Still could do with a bit of milk. Oh, it's definitely had a drink there now. It's quite a big bag, so it's hanging quite low, so get this cow in, get the calf soaked. He's an absolute ripper of a calf. He looks like a peggy calf to me, but we're at the stage now where I was moving bulls about just to make sure everything's covered, so I don't really know who's who, but it looks like a peggy. Slightly lighter in colour. Combination of big, it's dropped off there. Combination of big calf, big bag, so it's down a bit. This calf has to do a lot of getting its head down and up again to get on, so it takes a couple of feeds just for it to really get a hold and figure out what it's to do. I do think it has been round all the teats though, because they're quite clean. Saying that, the whole bag's very clean. Cracker, cracking calf, cracker. We have 23 cows left to calve in this pen, and then we've got 6 heifers plus 2 belty heifers as well, so 29 left to calve of, flipping, can't remember. You'll get it figured out. Not the biggest fan of trying to get a calf in this angle. The cow decides she's flicking her foot backwards. We're well in the firing line. You've got your head down low. It's on anyway. Well, you're off again. Stop pushing. Dunk's rolling some wheat. Didn't get rolled in the back end, so he's just nipping around a few fields of wheat while conditions are decent. pipes had burst there, so anyway, I should fix it. Kev's battering on. He'll be ready for Harvey in about an hour and a half to do the end rig in here. So I'm hoping Harvey will have, he's still got 2 more fields to go and do the opening fire. Taking his time at the moment, he's never driven a machine like that, so I don't mind. As well, taking his time now when we're not in a big rush and we're not working all the ground ahead of the drill. Couldn't get hold of Dad there, so Mark at Inchaffrey Whiskey was thankfully kicking about yard 3 and gave me a lift back to pick up the car. So I've taken the forklift back to yard 3 because we're sowing there next, so we need that for loading seed. Everything's sewn up here at yard 5. Dad's just come to pick up that fuel bowser. I'm taking this Can-Am. I'll just take all these fert bags as well in the back, seed bags. Dad's just got some power hire points for the drill, so Kev's going to draw in here, change the power hire points, and that's the rain on now, so perfect timing. I've finished all the oats, change the power hire times, and hopefully tomorrow it'll be dry enough to get going again at Barley yard 3. Honestly, this yoke, so good. Dad and I just move vehicles about. Power hire times for Kev. Bowser on here. A bit of diesel left in the Bowser yet, so we'll shove that into the tractor before we fill it up. So far the diesel increases have cost us £4,000. We roughly just worked it out there. We've had 3 orders, 3,000 litres, 3,000 litres and 4,000 litres at a price of, the first one was £1, the second one was $1.19. No, second one was maybe $1.30 and the third one was $1.19. Costing us a grand total of £4,000 extra so far, and we haven't actually done a whole lot. Well, we have done a lot of ploughing actually. That'll have guzzled the fuel, and we have sown 180 acres. And what else have we done with that fuel? Shifted a bit of dung, spread a bit of dung. Blinking diesel. Spring barley seed going on just now. It's hosing it down right now, and I actually don't know whether we'll get sown in the morning, but we'll load up this trailer ready to go. My boots that may or may not have just been at the cattle. Sorry, Kev. This bay, which was all grown as seed, there's probably 500 tonne in here. Seed contract was 350 tonne. And if it's a high demand year, Dodds will take it on the same contract we've got set up for the 350 tonne. And if it's low demand year, they'll just take the 350. And if it's an extra low demand year, which is right now, so we got it away as feed, and Dodds honoured the difference in price between the feed and the seed cost, so that was good of them. The rain's definitely on now. Pretty grim. These wet bales are rather heavy. They are growing. Probably hard for you to appreciate scale. That calf looks identical to one that's just been born, but it just so happens to be 2.5 times the weight probably. Good calf, that. Nice calf. I'm really impressed with how the Anguses do. Like, when you look in the fat shed, the Anguses well and truly keep up. Not all the way, but the Anguses perform, if not outperform, the Simmentals up to 600, 620 kilos. I'd say all of them keep up. Then I've got quite a few kind of fat ones that are just needing away at that weight. That's maybe a third of them. Another third of them go up to 660 nicely, keep up to that weight. And then there's another third on top of that that obviously take on a bit more of the framiness of the Simmental, and they'll do like 720 kilos, 730 kilos quite comfortably at the same rate as the Simmental. Up to those numbers, I cannot fault the Anguses, and I actually think they perform better than the Simmentals. Where the Simmentals, the Continentals, come in is when you're going for 750, 760 kilos to get your commercial weights, to get your ka-ching. That's where the balance suits us. We've got the Simmentals where we're not needing them for our own butchery, get them commercial route, get the ka-ching, get the weight, get the frame. The Anguses, take them to the 620s, the 650s. Those big heavy ones that go to 720, they go commercial. So the wee fat dumpy ones, they're just what we're wanting for the butchery, smaller carcasses, and they're ready to go at that weight. Really happy.